Hey, yo, what's poppin'? It's Chad. It's Friday night. We've got, hey, it's off the rails. Short cast of fellows. Cat Ren decided to take the night off. Her and Mark are living it up with that Thanksgiving hangover, which most of you guys are probably doing or out there doing that Black Friday shopping. But I couldn't be happier to say I'm here with my shield brethren, C. Woodard.
What's Hi. Up? How's it going? Oh, man, check out this chat, man. We got JB from Discovery Bay, my buddy for Monday nights on Modern Minute, 10 p.m. Eastern every Monday nights. And we got Chris Barrett. I was getting scared for a second. I didn't see Chris Barrett.
He was sick.
And then he immediately said, hey, guys, once the show starts. Thank goodness Chris Barrett is in that chat. But, Chad, I'm just happy to be here. How was your Thanksgiving, Chad?
Thanksgiving was good. I had that tryptophan kicked in a little bit, so I fell asleep. But I know somebody that doesn't sleep ever because he is the 16-time world champion.
That's right, man. The great legends coming at you live here off the rails Comic Core Friday night. It is great to be here. I've been looking at the chat myself. We got the DBC, the CB, the DBC, PC, FT, CONTM with the cool Ben Grimm cigar out of the mouth. And, man, we got it all going down, especially down south. Just kidding. We live here tonight, though. And let me introduce this guest, if y'all don't mind, Chad and Carson. I'm going
to put it up
over time. Wait, don't put him up just yet. We have got the one, the only. It is time to burn it down. Woo! Sam's Tangled Web. Hell yeah! Bring out Sam, the man. Woo! There he is, man.
Great gimmick.
He's got those ladders, man. I tell you. Damn, Sam, it is so good to have you here. I'm gonna let Chad and Carson do most of the talking while the legend does a little stalking of the chat, because that's where it's at.
Sam, thanks for coming, brother. What's going on?
Hey, I got the invite last week. I'm sorry I couldn't make it, but I'm here today. How about that?
That's all that matters. You're here and you're styling and you're profiling.
Yeah.
I follow Sam on Instagram. I take a look at his Facebook. And if there's a little ditter, I don't know if he's got Twitter, but it don't matter because the Sam is here tonight. And, man, Sam, what we do each week, and Carson knows this best, being that he's the host. But I'm going kind of a little Drew Manchu filibuster. I may do a lot of talking tonight since we don't have Cat or the filibuster Drew in the house with me and you. But tonight, man, we're going to be talking Marvel, DC, Independence, picks of the week for all the geeks in the chat tonight. And, Sam, let me just tell you, are you more Marvel or more DC?
Well, I think everybody knows me as a Marvel guy. Yeah.
Hell yeah, make mine Marvel. I tell you. But before I get to my picks of the week, what about you, Carson?
Oh, man, it's DC for me.
For life.
But hey, I gotta talk. I was watching Sam. I gotta talk to Sam about something. This is just a one-on-one, real quick, Sam.
We'll take me and Carson out of the picture if you feel like totally one-on-one. Why me and Carson here? We'll go to the back room together.
Sam, I was watching the BS show with you and Bueller.
Oh no. Okay.
And I gotta ask. I had to log in from my personal account. I couldn't get on the Comic Core, but I had to ask.
Okay.
Strippers, do they all have like all their legs, or only some have one or two legs?
No, I've seen some missing some limbs now.
So you can probably take me back out for this part.
Yeah, but it's pretty wild up here in the Pacific Northwest. You see all kinds of crazy stuff, man. Come on.
We got to stay off the rails, Carson. So we're gonna dive in with the pick of the week or books that you picked up. Anything you got, Carson? We'll start with you.
I only read 2 books this week. You guys know Black Friday and retail don't mix for free time and reading. So I literally worked every day this week except for Thanksgiving. And that was basically a day of work too. But I read 2 books. Angel, number 7 they're up to already. They're still continuing the Hellmouth storyline. So you actually get your first taste of Wolfram and Hart. If you guys like the Angel series, Wolfram and Hart kind of debuts in this issue, so that was fun seeing. Lila Morgan tried to seduce Fred into joining the Wolfram and Hart forces, so that happened. And then Chad and I read Philadelphia. Like I said, we complained a little bit about the lettering and the text. It was kind of hard to read at times because they switched from like impossible to read like email text to cursive. So it's a little off-putting and weird, but the art is absolutely beautiful in this book. So if nothing else, get it for the art. I'm trying to think of the book it reminds me of. I can't think of it right now. It came out last year around this time. I'll probably think about like a half hour down the line, but it's a nice painted art.
It's beautiful artwork.
Yes.
I mean, the text though, kind of. I know this is a hot book right now.
Is it? I didn't even know that. I just wanted to get one more book off the shelves this week.
And they've got some great endorsements on it, like endorsed by Jordan Peele.
Sure. Okay.
Brian K. Vaughan.
Oh.
And Chris Rock.
Oh, wow.
I gotta tell you though,
I see 1776, the shirt. I see a hatchet. Is this colonial times?
no. So I mean,
I'm off.
Do you want to talk about it though?
Yeah. Kind of talk a little bit. I'd never heard of this.
So it's about a beat cop in. He lives in Baltimore at the time, and he gets word that his dad has died, who is a super detective in Philadelphia. So he goes back to his dad's funeral, and he starts reading his dad's journal, and his dad alludes to himself going crazy. And it turns out that him and the mortician had discovered something. Carson?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, and that's where the book kind of gets interesting to me, because some of the things your main character starts seeing, is it going into the supernatural territory, or is the main character and maybe even yourself just a little bit crazy, because the closing splash panel has quite the reveal at the end.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if Chad wants. I'll let Chad.
I mean, I don't care about spoilers, so I'll just say it. So the mortician and the dad are investigating it, and it turns out this body has been bitten several times.
Mm-hmm.
So it turns out that they're dying. The victims are dying from inflicted disease called yellow fever.
Damn.
And Philadelphia has a big connection with yellow fever back in 1756, I think. And I guess like 3,000 people died, or whatever the case was. They mentioned it. But also in the morgue at midnight, all the dead people go crazy. And they start scratching the shit out of the So he's doing his investigation, goes to his dad's grave, exhumes the body, and his dad is sitting there going, I was wondering how long it was going to take you to get here.
Oh. So the dad, that was the very last page where it's like he exhumes the body, and then the dad's like, I was wondering when you were going to get here. Oh, very interesting little play at the end.
So it's like a mix of vampires, because the cover for the next issue,
that could be a damn Dark Shadows episode,
is right there. And it's
wow.
But they don't talk about vampires at all. Like, I was thinking more zombies, weren't you, Carson, throughout the whole thing?
A little bit, yeah. Well, like I said, like, once you mentioned like people are going crazy and stuff, I'm like, well, is he just imagining all this, or is it actually happening?
So, I actually, this is one of my picks of the week. If you don't mind, I'll go next. Is that all right?
Absolutely.
So, we got a couple people in the chat. I'm going to do a shout out for Sam, because I bought Marvel, but Sam tells me not to buy these.
No,
What are they?
The 2099. We have Punisher 2099 and Conan 2099.
Okay.
Last week I got the Fantastic Four and the other one, but I'm going to tell you, I don't understand what's going on in it. It's not a really great story. So, yeah, those are my blasted or stash it or blasts this week.
Man, I didn't even know that show was still on.
It's not.
Gone too soon.
So here are my picks of the week. Ready? Number one, Tales from the Dark Multiverse Infinite Crisis.
Wow.
This was super, super good.
Was
Enjoy.
that an issue 1?
Yeah, it's just a one shot.
Okay.
They did this. I'm gonna not spoil it because Carson's picking it up. My man is back, and I'm thank God Drew's not here. I got Hellblazer, John Constantine, number 1.
Wow.
And
Sandman on the top header. Is that a tie-in to the Neil Gaiman Sandman, or?
yeah, it's the Sandman universe. So he's back in that universe. And
I
then
like that.
Then my pick of the week, Brian K. Vaughan's The Walking Dead.
Whoa, he did a Walking Dead issue?
This is a mini series.
Damn.
The best way for me to explain it is why the last man meets the Walking Dead. And he's overseas. His name's Jeff. He runs into a girl who's a curator at a museum, and she has devised a plan because over there they have heard that the only people that can get the zombies in check are the Americans, and they're going to go across the country, across the sea to the U.S. and try to get the cure or whatever. And in doing so, they get on the boat. They think they finally made it. They had to fight through a bunch of zombies. A big story. And right when they get to take off, a zombie pops up and tries to kill Jeff. Well, she's still being in her night suit. She stabs him, stabs the zombie, and they fall into the ocean. Jeff goes down. He helps her. They get on the boat. She's excited. They're getting ready to leave, and Jeff reveals that he was bitten by the zombie, and he's going to die. So whatever. But when you get over to the U.S., I need you to find my brother, and his name's Richie, but everybody calls him Rick Grimes now.
Oh, nice little deal there. And that was kind of like the setup for issue 2. I dig those little like setups. It's kind of like I'm back in the 90s and you get the last, the very last couple minutes of Highlander or Sliders, and you just can't wait for the next episode, man.
And this is the local comic shop day issue, and it is Walking Dead: The Alien. Very good read. So those are my picks.
Well, you know what? I want to hear from the man that burns it down every Wednesday when he goes into the shop. The flames coming at you live all around him when he goes in for the drive. He's coming at his shop live. Sam, what was some of your awesome books you picked up, and what have you been reading lately?
Well, speaking of, earlier Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
We got this, I don't know if you can see that. We got this
Fantastic
Four Grand Designs.
Wow.
Is that number 2?
That's number 2. And it's just a two issue limited series. And, it's just kind of like this Tom, I don't know how to pronounce it, Scully.
Mm-hmm.
His kind of his version of the early Fantastic Four stuff. So,
Tom's a really cool guy. He comes to my shop. He lives here in Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I'm not a real big fan of his artwork, but it goes really, really good with that concept, that throwback. So I really, really like what he's doing with Grand Design.
Yeah. I didn't get to pick up any of the X-Men stuff, but I want to go back and get some of those too.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome, Sam.
Yeah.
One thing I liked about the issue 1 Grand Design was when I was reading it. Of course, now there was 1,000 panels, and I haven't finished reading it yet because it was so long. But man, it was kind of like you were looking through like a time capsule of all those great Silver Age stories. Is that kind of how does number 2 kind of continue that tradition that number 1 is?
I mean, this, it goes. I mean, it goes on all the way up to like issue like up to like issue like. I want to say it goes up all the way. Man, it goes all the way up to like issue like 80 in the 80s of the.
Wow, God, that is so cool. That is freaking awesome. Did you get any other books or pick up anything else?
I got I got the facsimile to
Ooh,
the Kenny X-Men. So,
that's a good one. I like that one.
and then of course, Avengers. I
Oh,
had to get
yes.
and
Awesome, man.
uh, I got a little bit teased about it because it's got something to do with the Star brand.
Hmm. I
So
see that on there. It says Star Brand Returns.
it's it's the rebirth, I guess.
Oh, damn. I know a lot of the community, man. They love like when old characters come back, or like if they get a little whiff or a smell that they know a new character is coming in to the MCU or the DC universe as well. But man, let me tell you, I've got 3 picks of the week. None of them came out this week. I don't think they did. My first one, well, I'll just say honorable mentions, man. This book right here, The Question, freaking who was it? Jeff Lemire and Dennis Cowan with the little inks by old Bill Sinkovich, man. This was really freaking awesome. And I haven't read the old school Denny O'Neil Question, but this is kind of kind of like the in the style, of course, because you got the Dennis Cowan who worked on that original like run. It was this volume 1, The Question, I guess, after they got that character from Charlton Comics or whatnot. But man, really good, really dark, gritty crime style. I mean, if you like just crime, Hub City, there's just bad politicians, bad mayor, bad councilman. Vic Sage got a friend who's the sister of the mayor. She wants to, he does a little expose because he finds. Well, I wasn't going to ruin the story for Carson, but anyway, man, this was freaking cool. The artwork is just a really gritty kind of style. It's kind of a messy style. It'll really remind you of a lot of the old school like 80s kind of Vertigos and like some Swamp Things, and maybe I don't even know when Swamp Thing went Vertigo, or Animal Man went Vertigo, but I mean it really is just kind of like awesome, man. So definitely this is a good book. Issue 2 I think comes out in January of that. It's a three-part series, and of course I love Lemire's art as well. A lot of people, it's really kind of an abstract style, but I think he knocked that one out of the freaking park right there. So I love old Lemire style. The next one I want to talk about was the Black Stars, a little 3-issue from DC, and it's Hal Jordan joining up with the Black Stars again. So totally not doing the whole Green Lantern thing, but he's working for Controller Mew, and I always forget. I think her name's Elizabetha or Elizabeth or whatever. She's kind of this vampire girl, and man, she's just freaking lethal. And they're doing Controller Mew's dirty work. They're converting all the planets to be under Controller Mew's image. And now Controller Mew's got the Black Bolt style. He ain't saying shit. Although he don't like project voice really loud, but he projects his thoughts to all the people because he's a controller. So he projects his thoughts on everybody. And he's leading those Black Stars to take over all the planets and redesign those planets in his image. And one of the planets that the old vampire chick and Hal go after, and just they bring all these armada of ships to take them out as well, was Mongol's planet. And he's just chilling there, and he thinks he's got it won because he's destroyed one ship. And then the girl brings in all these other ships, and it's just a great freaking read. It's Grant Morrison style. And if you look in between the lines of this story, the last 12 issues of Grant Morrison's Green Lantern series that he did with Liam Sharp. It was really weird because you had a lot of these, you had some continuity, but you had some one-off stories and things like that. And it was kind of like Hal was going in and out of his own conscious mind and his own reality, where one day he would wake up and he would be, with the Black Stars doing all their stuff. And then another day he'd wake up and he's doing Green Lantern stuff. Now, I don't know if that's me getting lost, because Grant Morrison's actually better if you read him all in a row. Otherwise, you'll get lost and you'll forget a lot of stuff because he goes back and forth. It's just insane. But if you got a great memory to remember all the stuff, it's pretty damn good. But he was even talking about in this issue where he was telling the vampire chick who Controller Mew wants them actually to get married to, do his bidding as a union, kind of like the old Darth Vader inviting Luke, along to control the galaxy and overthrow Emperor Palpatine. But what was really cool is he's talking about these dreams, and she said, yeah, you were dreaming again last night about the lanterns and all that stuff. And she keeps saying, but you don't have to worry about them anymore. They're extinct and all this stuff. But we know in the freaking last 12 issues, it was all about the different lanterns across all of the multiverse, to kind of help with the dark multiverse and all that crap that spawned Joker Who Laughs and all that crazy stuff. But I really feel like this is that old school Jason Isaacs TV show where it was like he got in a car wreck, and then I think his son died, so him and his wife are trying to cope with the son living and all that. But then on the flip side,
Really?
when he goes to sleep, like he would wake up and the son's alive and the wife is the one that's dead. So he's kind of like, when he sleeps, he wakes up to a whole different reality, but the reality is in parallel time. So that's kind of what I'm getting from Hal Jordan and the Black Stars. I may be overthinking it a little too much because, like I said, sometimes I can't remember all that. And then the last one I want to talk about is the last 2 issues of current Fantastic Four by Dan Slott. Freaking awesome. Of course, it was a Point of Origin storyline. They remake the same rocket. The Marvel one, of course, that one crashed and got cosmic rays. But their original mission was to go to a planet that had 2 suns that also had oxygen on the planet. So it was another place where Earth, could go in case of a catastrophe or this Earth died or whatever. They can go to this other Earth. What happened was they have a guy kind of like the Watcher, but he's like an Earth Watcher. And you could see all the stuff going on. And he saw that they were trying to come across, but he saw they failed because, the plane or the rocket crashed. Fantastic Four got the powers, November 1961. And, story goes on and on. But so they make this other rocket and they get to the next planet. But when they land on the planet, they find out that guy, he had figured out a way to harness cosmic energy and cosmic rays to turn humans into people with abilities. So those people with abilities, he would form a team called the Parallels, I think, or the Unparalleled, and they would be able to defeat anybody that would come into their homeland and try to take it, because they thought the Fantastic Four was bad, but they're really good. But so anyway, they get to know each other, and Johnny and this other chick, they kind of like destined to be together. Ben Grimm gets on the low side where all the when the guy did the cosmic rays on people, he created his own like Ben Grimm things, like just distorted, ugly monsters and stuff. So they threw all of them in the low levels of the land, while all the high ups, think the boys, the 7 perfect ones, are living the high life, while these others are the low life. And anyway, Ben tells them to rally against the oppressors and all this stuff. And then the next issue, man, they're going to have a freaking battle. So I'm totally pumped for that. Artwork's great as well. I don't know the artist, but the art was great throughout. So my picks of the week, man, is those Fantastic Four issues in the current Fantastic Four run. Man, Marvel's kicking some ass with that Fantastic Four, and I couldn't be more pleased because it's the only Marvel book I pick up. Chad, why don't you introduce this lovely lady with the shades and the bubbly? Sorry I did.
Soak it up, man. Soak it up.
Sorry.
It's our sister who looks awesome, and we are
Hi.
so happy to have her.
What's up, Comic Core? It was a pretty rough week here for the Figures BKR 90 household and family, but we're here.
And what's the best way to cure another hangover?
With another hangover.
With another hangover.
It's the hair of hair of the dog. It's hair of the dog.
There's no eggs in this yet.
Yeah, but
Oh God.
not meaning to kill anyone's buzz.
I'm gonna open this.
They're on mute. You're on mute. They're fighting.
Because
He
I don't want to be
mutes
really
me whenever
loud
I
in
go
their
to
ears.
talk. Okay. Anywho,
Sorry.
not willing.
I wish I
The
could.
floor is cats.
Hi, Mark. Do not mute me again. I will hit you on camera. All right. Not trying to.
Oh, you did it again.
Oh,
Oh, son of a
bitch.
Anywho, not trying to kill anyone's buzz or anyone's party. This was a very rough holiday for me. I unfortunately had a death in the family, and been dealing with a lot of issues related to that. not wanting to go into a lot of details, but liquor does help. I'm not gonna lie.
You heard her, Mark. Liquor.
Liquor does help. This started off as wine. It is now vodka and cranberry. So
No, you have to tell them what kind of wine. What part of the shelf did you get this off of?
Bottom shelf.
I just wanted to get drunk, so it
But
was
how
bottom
much?
shelf.
How
It was
much?
bottom shelf because I wanted to
much
get
was it?
drunk.
I totally overguessed this.
So I picked up a bottle of wine. I'm not a wine drinker. I'm a vodka drinker.
Look at that.
I like the wine.
Full
when I drink.
disclosure. I'm not a wine drinker. I'm a vodka drinker. I'm Tito's, Grey Goose, Smirnoff, whatever, right?
Now you're just-
I'm a vodka drinker.
Sometimes I drink a vodka drink.
Well,
Sometimes
TiVo
I drink
right
a
now is
vodka
doing
drink.
Hydro.
a live
But,
drink.
I decided I ended up in the wine aisle and I was like, I'm gonna get a wine. I don't like wines, but I like strawberry wine because I'm a basic bitch. Because that's what Chad says all the time anyway. So I just picked the only strawberry wine they had at the store I was at was on sale for $2.99.
Damn.
I got really drunk off that, and that ended up.
Show them how much of the bottle you've had.
That
so
hot
far.
July moon. Saw
I had the
everything.
entire bottle,
Yeah.
but that ended up
Holy
into
moly.
Tito's in cranberry, which is my best friend
Which is
Tito.
the same color, so
So they.
Pretty much. But yeah, I'm here to hang out with the fam. I'm here to hang out with the core. I wasn't sure if I was going to be on tonight, and you know what? Looking ahead.
We're
You
glad.
know,
Definitely been a rough week, but I'm looking ahead.
I can't do that. How do you do that?
It's hearts.
You do
man.
a little heart, dude.
Love for Cat
I,
Ren.
I was trying.
That looks like a goddamn egg.
I can do this holding a wine glass. You can't do it with two free hands.
I love it.
Bear claws.
Get your shit together.
Well, let me go to the chat real quick. We do got, man. Hold on, Carson.
It's okay. I can't feel my face.
Yeah,
That's called cocaine.
a snake. Damn, Carson, that's rough.
I could tell them who died, but they'd
1
probably
2
cry.
Comic Dog is here. DBC still in the house.
How
Comic
you go, Hart?
Book
I think I said-
Dylan.
Yes.
Dylan's comic book rants.
Yes.
I agree. Let's
Yeah,
pass
frame
my
it.
question at first. Luckily, got the last copy. I'm so glad it was awesome. Yeah, question. Very good book. All
Well,
right,
I got-
Cat Ren, did you read anything this week? I know it was a hard week.
I read the question. The question was very funny, especially where the moment where there's a moment in there, flip to it, where he gets called an asshole, and he's like, "Well, at least I'm not a whore."
This is in my lore.
That's like
Oh,
my
mine's not
favorite
my
part in the
either.
entire book. I'm not gonna lie, but I have my own picks of the week that are not related to reading, actually.
Okay, go for him.
So first off, Mark,
strawberry wine.
why would you drink that? That's mine. Anyway, that's very strong. I'm not gonna lie. I poured that myself,
Is that
But-
just coloring?
basically. Anywho, Mark got me this
Oh.
to try to cheer me up.
Oh, that's beautiful.
She is gorgeous. So some poison ivy, goodness right here.
And after watching that show, man.
This is going on the wall. Definitely a throwback to like some old school Aphrodite. I
It's
mean,
really cool.
this is gorgeous.
You got
and
to
I-
make sure that those petals look like they could be super fragile.
You want to hear something really funny?
Hell yeah.
I thought for sure this was gonna be like this was for sure gonna be some sort of porcelain, right?
Yeah.
This is plastic.
Oh,
I did not know this.
the whole
so that
statue's
is-
PVC.
Right? Yeah, this is PVC, 100%.
Oh man, those
This does not look like PVC.
that's
Like
awesome.
this looks like a high-end statue. Like
Good
this
job,
could
Mark.
go up next to my Starfire that I have, my Kenneth Rockford Starfire,
Yeah.
or my Red Hood Kenneth Rockford that you got me.
This is
Forever ago.
PVC. This is
But
PVC right here.
This is gorgeous. This is freaking gorgeous. Anywho, continuing on with my picks of the week, I got two other picks. I'm not gonna lie.
Here, hold this.
So,
I'm gonna keep making you drink.
my next one is Thanksgiving.
I got to see Carson.
Thanksgiving.
Thanks.
Probably the
like Thanksgiving.
greatest Thanksgiving movie of all time. Thanksgiving. It's a turkey. He's killing people.
It's
He
insane.
skins them alive and wears them as a costume.
Gobble,
That's
gobble,
insane.
Gobble gobble motherfucker. I love this movie. I fell in love with this movie like what, a year and a half ago?
So one of those
But
movies.
there's actually two in this series. It's Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving 3.
Ooh, there's sequels? Holy shit.
Because Thanksgiving or you want to be lit in a little secret. So Thanksgiving 2, the creator of Thanksgiving originally wrote it, and it's a 2-man crew there. The second creator read the script for it and said, "This is a dumpster fire of a film. This would be amazing as an intro for the third film, however." So they saved maybe a paragraph and a half of the second script and made the third film with an intro from the second script, which is fantastic.
You guys want to hear another funny story about Thanksgiving 3?
Okay.
I saw Thanksgiving 3 in the store, and I was like, "Who the fuck would buy this?" And now
It's
we know.
fantastic.
Is that kind of like one
I
of the,
have the set.
is that
I
kind
have
of like
both of them.
is that kind of like getting like the whole set of Human Centipede?
Yes.
Oh.
No. Human Centipede
No.
is probably a much higher quality film than Thanksgiving. It's just not as festive.
Just to tell you how bad Thanksgiving is, which it is a dumpster fire of a film. But I mean that lovingly. Thanksgiving was made on $3,500 was the entire budget of the first film.
Mm.
You know,
And they went lower budget for the sequel.
at least it wasn't as terrible.
I'm just saying. I love
okay.
it. I think it's fantastic. The turkey actually, no, I'm not. The turkey actually wears disguises in it, which makes it so much better. It's a fantastic film. It's a classic.
Don't
If you've
spill your
never,
drink.
I'm not going to spill
Then
it. I
drink
just
it.
set it down. Anyway, if you've never actually seen
it on Shudder?
Thanksgiving, no,
Damn.
it's on Amazon Prime though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
If you've never actually seen it before, Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving 3, fantastic films. The first one's probably a little bit better than the third one. I'm not gonna lie, but it's very punny, and I do have a T-shirt from this. I do love this. It's gobble gobble motherfucker. And the last thing that I picked up as my pick of the week, something that I'm super excited about. So this actually came out a while back, but it sold out online. And you can ask Mark. I cried about this when the PS4 version of this sold out online. I was super, super bummed. So when I was a little kiddo, I had a Sega Genesis with my brother. And we used to play a little game known as Toe Jam and Earl.
I remember that game.
Now, a game came out this last year that was Toe Jam and Earl Back in the Groove. So I recently got myself a Nintendo Switch, and I got this gloriousness, and I've been playing it. Back in the Groove, Toe Jam and Earl. Same exact graphics that you got from the original Sega Genesis game.
So
it
they're
is
all 16-bit.
gorgeous. It is fantastic. I cannot wait to introduce Mark to the gloriousness that is Toe Jam and Earl. I'm sorry, you have to be Earl. I am Toe Jam. I was Toe Jam when I was a little child.
Why don't you
I'm going to
find
be
me-
Toe Jam now.
You
Toe
find
Jam
me.
figures.
What is it?
Toe Jam figures, 100%.
No, you
Yes,
find me Earthworm
yes.
Jim. in the
I
game.
was this guy right here, the fat weirdo. This
Oh,
was the character that I played as a child.
We must
is
be
the
kindred
character
spirits. I've been a
that
fat
I'm-
weirdo my whole life.
This is the character that I'm playing now. Last but not least.
Okay, you want to do a taste testing?
No. Last but not least, of course, the Nintendo website is having their own Black Friday sale, whatever. But I did find something that is fantastic that anyone who has a Switch or a Nintendo console or even a cell phone, because apparently it's available on Android. Hungry Shark World. I was unaware that this was a video game, but it's fantastic. And I've been playing it. I have unlocked 3 sharks, and I am super pumped about it.
Like, you wouldn't know how much she's been playing this. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning and she's playing this game.
My sharks have hula skirts now. My sharks are able to get up on dry land and attack hula girls and eat turtles, and it's fantastic. Right now, I'm currently on a quest to beat up some dolphins and save some friends, apparently. I don't know. It's fantastic. It's sharks eating things, and I'm about that kind of life. So, sharks 100%. Hungry Sharks World. You have my vote of seal, my seal of approval. So, Clinkies and, super about it.
Carson, you going to introduce Drew, or do you want to hit that chat?
Who?
I'll hit the chat and then segue into doing that.
I do not have a shark problem, Baked to
For you.
Think.
We got
Sharks are life.
2 YouTubers in the chat. How is it going? Definitely enjoy seeing them in the chat. I don't know if it's the whole family or just the mother, but nice to see you. We got Chris Bear. He's still in that chat, of course. We got the great legend talking about who dat loving Farmhand.
Yeah, Farmhand.
Farmhand. Sorry, I
Farmhand.
mispronounced that. We got Matt
Farmhand.
talking about cranberry sauce and stuffing, wondering if that came with Thanksgiving. We got Gone Too
I had
Soon.
some.
Comics Misexplained is in the chat. How's it going, Jason? Nice to see you hanging out in the chat tonight. We got 1-2 Comic Talk saying, hey, how's it going? We got Break the Snake still hanging out in that chat. We got Comics for Thomas saying, hey, everyone. We still got JB hanging out in that chat. Discovery Bay. We got Dylan's comic book rant. How's it going, Dylan? Nice to see you in that chat. And he's got Mind on his comics and Comics on the Mind.
All right.
I said, who dat in there? Keep going up. And then John's Comics Kids stopped by earlier. And I think that is it. We got Drew Manchu, baby.
Drew Manchu,
Man,
baby.
I thought I was gonna be late, and then I got here, and Kat was in the middle of her 20-minute picks of the week, so we did all right.
Dude, it's all good. It's all good.
It is all
Because
good. I just don't want to hear
Black
Legend throw that
Friday,
filibuster at me.
and it's a
I
holiday.
already did my filibuster. I did a long ass one. I went over 4 books actually.
We're on a pretty good pace here. It's 40 minutes in. We're still on picks of the week, so you guys are doing great.
No, my pick of the week is turkey.
Yeah.
It was good.
too.
We have gravy too.
Oh,
I got more picks of the week.
yeah, gravy.
I got that brown.
Dude, we had to
Hey,
go back to
Chad,
the
make a
store
new
to get
shirt.
more
Fuck yeah, gravy.
That's
What'd
how
you got?
much we like
Chad,
gravy.
what's that?
Did
household.
you guys talk about comics at
Well,
all?
damn, when did that one come out?
Today or Wednesday.
I didn't. I haven't read that or picked
Oh.
that up
Today's
yet.
Friday, boo.
Oh, here.
You mean Wednesday?
I don't know. I bought these books, and they
Shirt that says that,
they
yeah.
came in these plastic things with these boards in it.
Oh, fuck yeah, turkey.
Poly bags, huh?
Wait. Is it
Oh.
butter?
Thundercats.
Undercats.
Look at that.
Mumra looks invisible.
I
Chad
know,
bought a
right?
back issue, and he's unbagging and
Yeah,
boarding.
Chad, you need to use that sort of omen so you have sight
Look at
beyond.
that invisible hair.
All right, here it is.
Brian Bolin.
I
Brian-
think I'm actually going to
Brian
send this.
Boland.
I'm actually going
It
to send
was
this to
Brian
get graded.
Yeah, you
All
bet.
right.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go. World War Journal.
That's a classic.
That's a Comic Man Andy book.
Is it a fast mile?
I was excited about it.
Emily?
It is not.
And
a
then
fast
my
mile.
last, I finished it.
I don't know.
We'll see.
This is my pick of the week from Catran.
Hey, I thought
Comes
you already
again.
gave. I thought you already gave your pick of the week.
I was picking
This
the week
is it.
last week.
Merry Christmas, weirdo.
This was amazing.
Never finished.
Give
Like,
you
still giving
Merry Christmas, weirdo.
Pick of the week. Pick
Hey,
my
weirdo.
nose.
I have a question.
Booger of the week. Give me my booger of the
Mark
week.
has a question for Sam.
I've
Yeah.
got a question for Sam.
I'm ready for a question.
To
Go
the
ahead.
mark.
Sam, how come nobody's asked you any questions since I've been here? That's my question for Sam.
I asked him some earlier, but it's been hard, man.
I'm just
So-
kind of hanging in this box over here. I
Was
don't
it
know.
the left leg?
He's stuck in a box of emotion down there in the
Oh,
corner.
you're talking about the strippers?
Yes.
Yeah, we were
Dude.
watching before.
Get that microphone going and start telling them about that stripper story.
Was it the
amazing.
left-
Oh shit!
Oh, I don't know if you can handle any of the BS stuff over here, man. I don't
Oh
know.
no, this is off the rails.
Yeah.
Remember, this is
Yeah.
It's off the rails, dude. It's Friday show. You're fine.
This show is built on the
It's
promise
fine.
of stories about strippers that don't deliver. Sam, go ahead.
Okay, well, I mean, I just, here a while back, I had a, BS show with Bueller, and I was talking about, about 12 years ago when I was married to my first wife, that, I went to a strip club with some friends, and, you'd see like one-armed strippers, and stuff like that. This
Nobody,
is kind of
nobody cares how many arms she had. Sam, how many boobs were there?
no. She had good proportions and all that.
Okay, cool. I can go without an arm. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, and it's just typical.
you just put like a sock on the stub.
Yeah, there you go. Just
You don't want
soften
to
it
rub
a
up
little
against a stub in the middle of the night because those
Gives a new name for fisting.
Do
Yeah.
we have the parental advisory thing we can throw up?
Copa.
Thing we can do?
We don't have them purple
Okay.
leaves.
Oh, okay. Can you send me the address? I kind of want to see what you're talking about.
What? Okay, show of hands. Who here has seen a one-armed stripper?
Sam.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one.
I've never seen a one-armed stripper. Ever.
I've seen her hermaphrodite once. That was kind of weird.
You what?
I saw her hermaphrodite.
Oh.
And,
Okay.
and I also saw a donkey show down in Mexico.
Oh.
That was fun.
You know, if you pay extra, you can get the crossover. You can get the hermaphrodite donkey show.
Gee, this shit just got into that beastie stuff, man. We gotta get off that beastie stuff.
Hey, man, I like a midget with a Shetland pony because it's bestiality, but only a little bit.
So is that what you can get for $40?
Oh,
I like
We got comments explained in the chat. Like the stripper says, "Ho!" Kind of like Gim Duggan, but Thundercats from earlier. And then Matt Dotsko, I agree, man. He just says no.
No.
Yes, Matt Dotsko. Yes.
100%.
Back to you, Sam.
No.
Man, I read some comics this week. You guys read any comics this week? Man, I read this book. It's called Philadelphia. It's like black urban vampires, but you don't know that till the end. So spoiler alert. But this book was like super wordy. I mean, I feel like Huey the Half Squatch when I was reading this thing. I was like, how many words do you need in this thing? But I tell you what, it was pretty damn good. It set a really nice tone. I like the mood of it. It is takes place in Philadelphia and the surrounding areas. So as an East Coast boy, there's a little bit of a Baltimore drop in this as well. So I appreciate the urban landscape that they're building. And this was fun, man. I think I'm going to go ahead and go in on this, but I'm going to wait for the trade because it, like I said, it was really wordy. And I don't know if I have time for that every week or every month. So I'll just wait for them to
what did you
collect.
think
It
about
was
the
pretty darn good.
What did you think about the print? I mean, the print. Like the email was super on the first page.
You know what? I think that those are that it forces you to kind of be like, what the fuck is, and you don't even really need it. You know what I mean? That was my one knock on this book. I think the art is really killer. I think the mood in this book is
That's what
just
we were saying that earlier.
really on point.
But
it's
the
just-
the
it's
cursive
just like the-
writing. The cursive writing. too.
it was a hard read because not only are there a lot of words, but like some of them are handwritten, some of them are on a computer screen, really, really tiny. I try to read this sign, like right there, and like you can't. I mean, you're not supposed to. It's just extras to kind of add to it. I feel like when I just kind of skimmed through this book, I liked it a lot more than when I try to read it in depth. Because like first thing I did was like Philadelphia. This looks pretty cool. Kind of skimmed through it, and I got the gist of it. And I think that's really all you really need, to be honest. But it's not that much of a knock on it that it's too dense, because I like stuff like Hickman's Black Monday Murders was kind of like that deal. So pretty cool. Dark Multiverse, Infinite Crisis. I haven't read this yet, but I haven't read Infinite Crisis yet, so I figure I should probably wait. Right?
Probably because it's
What's-
amazing.
Did Sam leave?
It's amazing.
I started talking
I
comics,
guess
and
he
Sam's like,
left.
"Fuck
Sam's like, fuck you, I'm out.
wow."
I think it was the one-legged question.
The one-legged-
Anywho,
It was one arm. It was only a one-arm stripper.
All
It
right,
wasn't
well, hey,
me.
guess
It was
what?
one
It's
arm
the original gang. Let's talk about
yes,
Did he
for
really
the
just
crisis.
Oh, and I got another book I want to talk about real quick, Chad.
Yes, do
I
it.
talked about X-Men on the review shows that I do, so go watch those and know that I enjoy that stuff. But bam, this Fantastic Four grand design. Legend, are you reading this, my friend?
I've got it, but I haven't read it all. I'm still on issue 1, halfway through. But
there's so much to love about this. There's Black Panther Voltron in this, fighting Galactus. Like
Sam was telling us about it earlier, man. It's kind of like that. You get like that whole history. It's like a visual history of the world's greatest comic magazine. You can't go wrong with Tom Scully, and Mulder. You remember that X-Files?
Hey, man, the truth is out there.
I love it.
The Legend's truth is also out there somewhere.
It's somewhere. It's out there. It's really fun. Some of the crap I read.
I got this Scotty Young cover for Scream, even though Scream is like, why are we still doing this? Isn't this Venom over and there's a new Scream series coming? Like, why did I buy that?
Sam, do you like Scream?
Because you have a Scotty Young problem.
I've watched the Scream movies, but
Me
that
too.
has nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Give me that ghost face, right? What else, Drew? What other stuff did you get, dude?
Oh man, you know what? The X-Men stuff is continuing to be really, really good. Fallen Angels kind of step back.
Drew and Sam a question because they're Marvel guys.
Yeah, we like comics. What do you guys like?
Do it.
So
Do it.
so Star.
Fire low blow.
Star. So Star's a new character, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's supposed to represent like a younger version of Captain Marvel.
No, not necessarily.
But did you here's my take on it, and I don't know if I'm just overreading it. I think it's a pot shot at Bendis because her colors and her costume are very reminiscent of the one girl from Powers. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I never read Powers. Bendis is fine in his earlier days. Was his name Omeg, the artist?
Yeah.
Doesn't really do anything for me, so I never really saw any reason to delve into that. But I don't know. I don't know if it's a pot shot at Bendis, because I really enjoy the story that Kelly Thompson's telling in that book. It's really good. It's one of the best books out there right now.
Now, is she taking over Star #1 that comes out?
She's doing Star #1. It's her character. She created it. So
And it's going to be a team up with her and Wanda.
who knows? I don't know exactly what that is.
Yeah, I just read it in the previews, I think.
Hey, Sam, have you ever read this book they're talking about? This Powers book with this girl?
Oh, with Brian Michael Bendis and Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've read some of those.
Do you like them? Do you like they're pretty good?
They're not too bad.
That's pretty damn good. Well,
Did anybody watch the Powers PlayStation TV series?
Oh no, I couldn't watch it. It was awful.
Get you check that one out.
PlayStation has television.
Yeah, like here.
We're gonna try to watch it after this.
You should let me out of my box more often to watch.
Oh, that character looks pretty cool. Is that a Marvel character?
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All the Marvel characters are cool. You should check them out.
I need to.
All right. So I've never actually read Powers, but I will tell you that the artwork on that does not look that bad on that cover. So I might be checking out PlayStation TV after this to see about checking out some Star on some Powers, possibly.
But I'm trying to think of what her name was on Powers.
Ow, I just ripped my earbud out. I did that.
I can't remember her
Did I get
name.
some?
Jason Comics Misexplained in the chat's got a good point about that new Captain Marvel book where Star is the villain. It's basically just Evil Carol. She's possessed.
Okay.
It's Evil Carol. She's got a great design on the costume.
Like a parallax, eh, Carson?
Right?
Oh,
And then but everybody hates her anyway. Just keep her as a bad guy. She fights Thor in this last issue. It was really dope. I think that we're gonna get a redemption arc for Star after this whole thing's over, and I think that her ongoing series will be worth reading. Kelly Thompson is doing some good stuff with
Pretty good.
with the Miss Marvel, or I'm sorry, I still call her Ms. Marvel, the Carol Danvers character in a way that she was irredeemable for me after. Yeah, he's a retro girl. That's who you're talking about.
Yeah, retro girl.
She was irredeemable for me after Civil War II. Anybody who read that, there was so much about that was terrible. And maybe this is a shot at Bendis because Bendis wrote Civil War II and kind of killed the Captain Marvel character. So maybe you got something there, Chad, because they're coming back at Bendis and kind of trying to undo some of the character work he did with Carol Danvers in that book.
Well, you can see that them trying to undo some of the stuff he even did with the X-Men on his X-Men run.
You can see Triple H trying to undo shit.
Doing a lot of things Chuck Austin did to the X-Men.
So,
I know I am.
anybody watch anything good?
No.
Black
I did.
freaking lightning, Black Lightning. Damn. And Batgirl. Damn. 2 good shows.
You mean Batwoman?
Oh, yeah, Batwoman. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, it's all right.
How about you,
It's all grown up.
Yeah, a great show.
All
God,
right.
that Batgirl's so
So,
good. No, Batwoman.
I've been watching a lot of Star Wars.
So you and I together, we watched 2 shows. One of them is Disney Plus related, and the other one's DC related.
Okay, wait. We are in the same room, but were my eyes open?
I don't know. Anywho, first one we watched, of course, was The Mandalorian. Baby Yoda, I need to give you a hug. I'm willing to adopt you. Baby Yoda, I will probably sell my firstborn for you. Okay? I'm just saying it right now. Baby Yoda, you are fantastic. I don't know what else is going on in this show because all I'm thinking about is Baby Yoda, but you are my new lifeblood. Yes.
Damn, so you're saying you got metacalorians in your bloodstream?
I think they rated that.
Mandalorian is fantastic. Mandalorian had to deal with, of course, he's trying to hide the baby from a number of different bounty hunters right now. He ends up on a
Baby Yoda sounds like a Sour Patch Kid.
shush. He ends up
No, wait,
he ends up on a planet
Box, Mark.
that
Fuck up, Mark.
is a highly
Okay, hold on.
Hi, guys.
Oh,
Oh,
Man, we were joking.
anyhow, he's joking. He'll come back.
Where's Mark? Where's Mark?
Probably just
Probably
making
getting
a drink.
something fine.
So Baby Yoda, Mandalorian's trying to hide Baby Yoda from a number of bounty hunters that are looking for a very wealthy payday. We do get a great time period here. We do get him actually interacting with this local tribe on this random planet or whatever. But fantastic work there. I do love the moment where the Mandalorian about shoots a child on this planet just because they went to sneak up on him without knowing any better. But it was very early on in the episode, and it is what it is. You don't sneak up on a Mandalorian. That's all I'm saying.
Probably pretty
Especially-
easy.
does the Mandalorian ever show
You
his
got no
face?
peripheral visions.
No, he does not. He does not show his face because he's
Chad,
a Mandalorian.
You like that? The man
You did not sneak up on
with
a
no
fan.
name? The man? DeLorean. It's like my two favorite things: a man and a fucking Back to the Future car. The DeLorean.
I love that DeLorean.
Man, how about that
Another thing.
DeLorean?
How about Sam standing on his head?
That's that spider web.
Sam's doing an
I'm
acrobatic.
inside right now.
He's hanging sideways like Spider-Man should.
And I gotta
Another
tell you,
show.
the other show that I saw that I gotta praise, and I think Kat saw it too because I watched it off of her recommendation, was Harley Quinn.
Yes.
To
Yes.
hear,
Yes.
You talk DC, he hopped right the fuck.
yeah, he's like,
Dude.
fuck y'all.
Dude. Harley.
To hear Harley Quinn do his Jim Cornette impersonation and go, motherfucker, like the entire time, it's awesome.
Look at watch that now.
You know what was really
I'm gonna
great,
say it right now.
guys? Last week's episode of The Watchmen.
Yeah.
Damn, Watchmen.
Watch was
Full
really good.
disclosure.
Really good.
Yes, my friend.
You really like that? You guys actually like that episode?
Hey,
It might have been the best issue. That might have been the best episode of television, like in the last decade.
Hey,
Like,
cat.
at 1 hour.
I wouldn't go that far.
Cat.
It was
Hey,
just really
hi.
well done.
Hey, cat. You
Hey.
want to hear me talk like annoying orange? yeah, we can take the chat, Carson. Hey, Carson,
No.
let's take the chat.
Ew.
Sorry,
It's all about
So-
Baby Yoda.
that's my annoying orange. What is those things called where you change the voices?
Impression.
Impression. That's it.
The voice changer. Anyhow.
Oh, that's the real thing.
Sam, what did you watch?
Yeah, I want to know what Sam watched.
Man,
Sam been watching that Gray Legend show, ain't you, Sam?
Great legend over there, and
Spoiler.
been watching some wrestling. Been
Oh,
watching,
yeah.
been watching, Firefly and all, all
Oh
that.
shit, the good stuff. Yeah.
Oh man, go
We got Sam here. I want to take a left turn real quick, and I'm sorry in advance, Kat. While we got Sam here, I want to know, Sam, this came up in another group I was on Facebook today. What is your Mount Rushmore of wrestling?
Oh, okay.
Top 4.
Tune out.
I'm in that thing with you too. Potsy's.
As
Yeah.
long as it's not that guy that tried to offer me his hotel room key, we're good.
No, nobody likes James Ellsworth.
He's married now.
You gotta go with Ric Flair. His guy. Then you gotta put Hulk Hogan.
Gotta have Hogs. Gotta have the Hogs.
I think you gotta have Macho Man
I
Randy Savage.
married you on
Hey, you gotta snap into it, brother. You gotta snap into that.
Oh yeah.
And then I'd have to put man, it's a tough one. I have to put Stone Cold.
Whoa, all right, Cole.
All right. That's 4 right there. I think that's a pretty good list, Sam. I'm impressed. Thank you.
I know it's
I
Steve
would
Austin.
put Moolah.
Yeah, Mark knows who Steve Austin is. He must be important.
I know who. I know. Actually, I know one.
Mark, you know, I bet you know all 4 of those.
Who?
Ric Flair,
Yeah.
Hulk
I know
Hogan,
Yeah.
Randy Savage.
Don't
Nope.
He was Bonesaw. He's the Slim Jim guy.
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
You don't remember the Slim Jim guy?
No.
Know. I don't. I never ate.
I
some
know
chips.
you like to
Is
eat.
he the guy that's inside the Yeti suit?
No, I don't know. He's the guy
What
that.
about the guy
He's
that
the guy that's in Spider-Man. He's like, Bonesaw's ready.
No. I don't know who that is.
Bonesaw McGraw? Be a man, Hulk.
Toby
Somebody-
Maguire, the Toby Maguire.
Randy Savage rap album. We need
My
to
mom
school
told me
cat
to
red
play
figure.
outside as a kid, so I don't know television.
Hey, who's the fourth one?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No.
But okay, I know who that is.
Wow.
I don't know. who
Okay, I
that
got a
is.
3 out of 4. I'm still failing.
Hey,
There you go.
hey,
3
hey,
out of 4 is
hey,
pretty
hey,
darn
hey,
good. That's a C, Mark.
That's not a
I
C.
feel like I should have
75%
my
is a
best here.
solid C, my friend.
I know who the Bella twins are.
That's a little
I
bit
know
more
who
pure.
Paige is.
Who the hell?
Well, everybody knows about Paige. Yeah, that internet video.
Yeah.
I know. I know.
Oh, gone too soon.
I know who Mancina is.
Hey, you know I know where to find
John
this in the
Cena.
library.
And I know who the other Bella twin is married to. It's
Daniel.
Brian something
Yeah.
or other.
Yeah, you know about that guy Dwayne?
Oh, you mean The Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who The Rock is.
He used to wear man panties and,
I love
and roll around with other
loves
dudes.
me some Rock.
Wait,
I loves me
are you
some Rock.
talking about like Marky Mark and the Funky Punch? before
No,
he
we're
became an underwear model?
talking about some Dwayne The Rock Johnson. What?
The Black
I
Adam.
don't think The Rock is.
He's
his
never
name.
going to be the
The
Black
Rock.
Adam, but, like he wished for that.
Legal. His new legal name is
You'll see that Black Adam movie when you get your
Dwayne
Snyder cut.
The Rock Johnson.
I'll get it 2040.
Anywho,
Do you need another drink? You finish that one, I'll make you.
probably.
Did Sam go
You're a
on?
rough week, everyone.
Sam, you did yours. You did Stone Cold as your fourth one.
I'm 20 plus. I'm okay.
Legend, who would you put on your Mount Rushmore of wrestling?
I always got to go with Andre because before Hogan, it was Andre. Man, it was Andre
Yes.
all the way.
Andre the Giant, everyone.
I got it. It's got to be Hogan. You got to have Hogan, Flair, Andre, and then the fourth is always going to be debatable. It's always going to be probably some Attitude Era guy like a Rock or a Stone Cold or Undertaker or something like that. But man, damn, me and Carson, we like it, this guy would have made the top 4 if it wasn't for them fucking colognes, right, Carson?
Oh, yeah,
Frank Giddish, the old Bruiser Brody, man. God damn it.
Bruiser Brody on my top 4 as well, my friend.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean,
I take a different approach to it because it's not all about star power. I think that holy shit, I've got diabetes on a
I don't have my Starfire.
yeah, I love that Bruiser Brody, man. He's so cool. I love when he was.
Con's not that far away. I'll find
There was
you.
a great one where it was the new Stone Cold thing on the WWE Network, and Sam, you've probably seen it, but Undertaker was talking about his first match, and I think they were in World Class when they did it. I'm not quite sure, but it was Undertaker. I guess it was Mean Mark Calloway or wherever the hell he was, his gimmick name, against Bruiser Brody, and man, right when they locked up, they got in the their little lockup, and as they shoved each other off, Undertaker kind of nudged Frank in his mouth there, and then they locked up again, and he backed him. He said he threw him into the rope or something, or Undertaker called clothesline, so Frank whipped him off into the rope, and Frank didn't do no clothesline. Frank lifted that big ass furry boot up and just fucking nailed Mark Undertaker, and Undertaker saw some stars. And then after that, Frank said, "We're going to go for a ride around the ring." So he throws him out of the ring, and he takes him out there and beats him on the chair, the table. And then I think it had to be World Class. They had the folding chairs, right? But they had the wooden slat in the chair. And Undertaker was, bent over like that. His back was at the ready, at the parallel. He knew it was coming. And Bruiser took that fucking chair and hit it so hard it broke the wooden slat in there. And Undertaker just was he was young, he was wound up, energetic, because shit, you're in the ring with like one of the greats. And if y'all haven't listened to that little new Stone Cold, I think it was called Broken Skull Interviews or something like that. It's on WWE Network. Listen to it, because it's not Undertaker. It's basically Mark Calloway. You're getting Mark Calloway interview. So you're not getting rest in peace. You're not getting that. You're getting the true human being.
I'll make you famous.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude.
Man, I love that Undertaker, but I love more than the Undertaker is a man who made the Undertaker, and he did it at WrestleMania 8 when he allowed the Undertaker to kick up, sit up, dead straight sit up,
the Myers
after a DDT, and that is the man Jake the Snake Roberts reinvented the finishing maneuver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Invented the DDT, which is one of the most ripped off and homaged versions of a finishing maneuver ever.
Yep.
And also created the character of the in-between cerebral heel. Without Jake the Snake, there's no Triple H. Without Triple H, there's no NXT. So you're talking about a guy who had an incredible impact, best guy who was never a world champion.
Vince killed that push, because when he was going to start his feud with Hogan, they were chanting DDT more than they were chanting for
drop that tan god on his brown bald head.
Vince had to shut it down. But man, wouldn't it be a different ball game if Vince would have went with Jake the Snake and had Jake put the damn DDT on Hogan. And Drew, what did Jake say the DDT stood for? Do you remember?
The end.
That's it, man. Hell yeah.
What?
I love Jake.
Jake the Snake, and if you whisper, people will pay attention to what you're saying, and you hook them in.
He always
Bring 'em
drawed
in.
him in, didn't he?
Now.
Brought him in real
When you
close, like
got
those
'em,
guys
drop 'em with the DDT.
mouth.
I love Jake the Snake Roberts.
Whoa.
I would watch a messed up Jake the Snake
Come in.
Roberts do anything 20 years ago, and now I'm happy that he's healthy and sober. I can't wait for my next opportunity to see Jake Roberts in person. That dude is my hero.
You want to know one thing I want to know? I want to know Seawood 19, because you're a humongous wrestling fan. You've been watching it for years. Who would your Mount Rushmore of wrestlers be?
Man, there's so many lists. Even like Sam down there at the elbow reminded me of, the big man, Dusty Rhodes.
Damn.
I mean, how do you not put, at this point, just because of his contributions, like how do you not put Dusty on there? We already talked about Hogan, Rock, Flair, Austin. Well, we even talked about the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Bret the Hitman Hart. One of my favorites growing up. You had the Hogans with the big boots, the leg drops. But after a while, man, I just wanted to see some of that technical wrestling. And Bret Hart's the one who really brought technical wrestling to the forefront of the wrestling industry, in my opinion. So
Him and his boy Dynamite.
Yep.
Dynamite.
Brought his whole family with him. Owen Hart gone too soon, obviously. And, British Bulldog and even Jim the Anvil Neidhart. His whole family is pretty awesome. And then you had Brian Pillman eventually in that family too.
Those Dynamite Kid snap suplexes. When you watch the old Stampede, the Hitman versus Dynamite Kid, God, the damn moves they did on each other.
And then I always want to talk about, one of my all-time favorites, Mick Foley, with, all three of his gimmicks, plus just the man he was, Mick Foley, behind the mask. So really like Mick Foley. And then the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Mick Foley kind of
that guy for so long, but eventually I was like, man, this guy's just too.
He got 3 personas.
Mick Foley kind of made hardcore wrestling.
Oh yeah,
when you think about it. I mean, a lot of it was done in retrospect of the stuff that he was doing in Japan, but he brought eyes to it.
Him and his old buddy Terry Funk. Your mother's a whore. I like old Terry Funk. That voice, man.
Chainsaw Charlie, baby. Chainsaw Charlie.
We have Chris Barrett and
Hacksaw Duggan ready to go.
Hacksaw. Oh my God. He could be a hacksaw.
I heard that your mother's
He likes Lionel. He likes
tough guy.
Hacksaw and the Iron Sheik. Don't let them ride together.
Oh God.
Gone too soon.
Anyway, back to the man. I loved Watchmen last week.
I wanted an acknowledgement. Hi, Chad. How are you?
I'm good.
Chad, why are you grabbing your wood up there?
What?
Why are you grabbing your wood up there? What you doing?
What you doing, Chad?
What you doing with that wood?
Come here.
Your hardwood.
You beautiful SOB that you are. What's up?
Hey, is that Sam? Sam?
There's my buddy. Hi, Sam.
Wrong Sam.
Other Sam.
Sam's been here forever.
I know.
And now there's another Sam.
Sam.
You're trying to steal
Sam,
our guest
the
fire.
fur baby.
Oh,
Burn it
Hi,
down, Mark.
Sam.
I don't think Sam is that furry.
The Sam that's right there is.
He's wearing a hat.
Up top, Sam. Not you, Sam Tamgle's Web, but the dog, Sam.
You're pointing at Drew.
I need to go grab another beer.
You are gorgeous, Sam.
Drew, take the wheel.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Oh, thanks.
Yes, Drew, you're in charge.
Oh, I'm trying to remove myself from.
You're probably the
Look.
most sober right now.
You're probably not.
I'm not. I guarantee. I pinky swear I'm not.
Actually, I'm probably a little more messed up than you are.
Anywho,
Sam,
shut up. Anywho,
hold on. Let's
What's up?
talk to our
What are we
guest real
talking
quick. I got a question for our guest.
okay.
Sam, when you came on the Comic Core, did you think it would be the episode where Cat Ren got so drunk that everybody left?
I'm gonna
Or
go with no. I'll go with no.
Do you want to know who died this week?
Oh,
I'll tell
Kat,
you.
do you want to talk about it?
I'll kill everyone's mood right now.
Kat, let's go ahead and hear you out.
Do you want to
I
know
feel
who
like
died this week?
I honestly,
There's a
if
reason why I'm
you don't
wearing
want to talk
sunglasses.
about it, if you don't want
I'll
to talk
tell
about
you. I'm drunk enough to talk about it.
okay, let's talk about it. Comic Core therapy time, guys.
My biological father died this week.
Oh man,
I'm very upset about that. I had a lot of
Sorry to hear that, kid.
issues. I'm very torn up about it in my heart. It was a rough week for me, I'm not gonna lie.
we all lose.
I
We
cried a
all
lot
fall,
this
okay?
week.
It's about how you pick yourself back up, Kat.
I'm good. I've been going to work every single day. I have not missed a day this week. Thankfully, we had Thursday off. I'm just saying. But yeah, it's been rough. It's been rough. Full disclosure, it has been rough for me.
We are here for you.
Thank you for that. But
Chris Barrett is probably in the chat right now for you.
I got a call from my brother Sunday about this. I had, I think, 8 missed calls from my brother when I was at work. And my brother and I don't actually call each other. We just text each other and then we just talk in person. That's just how we are. But he called me 8 times and then he texted me and he was like, "Hey, I need you to call me." And then I found out. And I was very upset over that. I'm not going to lie. But, you know, we live and life is what it is. But thankfully, I got my core and I got my family and I got my core family. You know, Carson, you know.
You got that cocktail. You got
Maybe,
that Sam's Tangled web. You got that guy who lives in a box. You got that new Poison Ivy statue
at the Neverlist. But I gotta tell you, definitely huge shout out to the Great Legend because I had a very rough day and I randomly got a message from the legend.
Don't you love those random legend messages?
And I had to tell you, if anyone who hasn't ever gone through a real hard time and ever gotten a legend message, which is several paragraphs, that's what it is. It's not like a 5-sentence message. It's a several message, one message. All
you know what my favorite part about the legend messages? It's like you go to respond to it. And then before you can type out a response, there's another paragraph, and you're like, I might as well just wait till this is over.
Yep.
Do you know why? It's because he's 7 seconds ahead of time.
I know, but it's hard to communicate with somebody on that level. I'm just
Where is
saying.
he at?
If you check the private chat,
I have to say,
hey guys, we're gonna go Comic Core behind the scenes. Great Legend says, I gotta go to the restroom and get something to drink.
Huge 100% huge shout out to Legend because I was having a very rough day that day and I was not in a good place. And Rob, you sent me a message and it was this huge, long, several paragraphs, basically an SAT level, an SAT level essay. And huge shout out to that because you put me in a much better place than when I started out because I was very, very lost at that moment. And I read through an entire essay that you wrote me and it meant the world to me. So it's been a very rough week for me. It's been a very rough week for my family. And all the world to my like 100% my heart to my Comic Core family, because I was very torn up this entire week. And Legend, your message made me cry, but in a good way. So 100%, I love you, brother, and I love my Comic Core family. So thank you for sending me that, and thank you for the support, Chad and Carson, 100%, because it's been hard for me this week.
Well, we missed you this week, that's for sure.
It's
We got your back, kiddo.
it's been a rough week.
Now,
I'm
for
not
the
gonna lie.
response for the great legend, what do you have to say for yourself?
Damn, well, 3. I'm hotter than a hot July on a toad's ass.
What?
I don't know. I just thought of something he would say.
Well, he'd probably say something in the vein of Razor Ramon and say, just remember that, bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
But you know what? Here's the thing. Kat said this a long time ago, that Comic Core is family, and we are family. And I felt horrible this week, and I kept on asking Carson, should we call? should we do? And we waited, and then I think I actually called Mark the other day. Mark,
You called me this afternoon.
No. Listen, man. I called. I did the group chat, and I did a call, and Carson's the only one that answered, and and Carson's sitting there going, "Hello," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Forget I never called you. I never called you. Blah blah blah. Never called. Sorry."
It was a dream. I told Chad that today. I was like, I legitimately didn't know what happened until I checked my history. Whoa, I just saw Legend teleport in the future.
Dude, it's getting hot around here. I had to take off a shirt.
Teleported that shirt off. Holy shit.
I know. Fucking hot.
Legend.
This computer's running 50
Rob.
degrees Celsius.
Rob,
Yes, my friend.
you missed me talking about how fantastic you are.
Oh, well, you're.
It was a nice
Okay,
half-hour soliloquy.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that on the rewind.
Basically, Rob, all I talked about was the gorgeous message that you sent me when I was having a very rough day this week, because you know about what had happened and how torn up I was. And you sent me this very long message that, I'm not going to lie, really hit home with me, and it made me cry, but in a good way. So 100%, Rob, the great legend that you are, thank you for that.
Coming at him with a kayfabe name.
You
I know,
definitely
kayfabe
helped.
named her. Well, girl, we love you here at the core, and I know like some of those things, that you go through, and when we're family like the core is, your minds just kind of like overlap in a different kind of time to where that person, what they're going through, what's going on in their brain, what they're thinking, and I wanted to share some of that just solo Legends truth with just you, so you know how much you mean to me and how much the core and we all mean to each other, so you're a good gal. I drink to that, my friend, with some of that gingerbread Captain Morgan in there.
I say thank you to that, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Carson, you want to check that chat?
9 paragraphs. It was very long, and it meant the world to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Thanks. You're
Thank
good,
you.
Cat. We love you.
I love you.
I love you too, girl.
We all love
You and Mark
You
are
guys
like
are
my kiddos that I never had, but I do got 2 numbskulls fighting.
You're not like the kids he's got. You're like the kids he wants.
Yeah,
You're like the kids,
I got
but
some
older.
out there playing them games.
Hey, Big Sam, are you so 2020 is right around the bend. What do you got on plan for 2020, Sam?
Well, I got that MegaCon is coming.
You're going to MegaCon.
MegaCon.
Florida one.
Con.
Have you ever been on the East Coast?
I was born down there in Florida,
Wow, freaking awesome.
but I don't remember it because I was only there for like the first 2 years of my life. So
I remember when you were born, Sam.
You don't have to worry about catching any priors, right?
Oh no, nothing like that. No.
Not in Florida. Maybe
Florida,
along the way.
Well, when I was 2 years old, no.
Now, are you flying? Or are you hitching it, walking? What are you doing?
I'm gonna fly. I'm not that great with heights, but I think I can make it.
Are you gonna get like Xanax or something?
Try not to throw up or nothing like that.
Now, are you traveling with Bueller?
Well, he doesn't want to travel with me because he's afraid I'm going to throw up on him. So,
I mean, and probably amongst other things, Sam.
well,
I might throw up on him, but I mean,
I'm not going to be looking out the window.
Yeah, Bueller's got to take one for the team. A little barf was all right for Bueller. Right in his lap.
hashtag barf on Bueller.
Brown pile of barf in between Bueller's legs.
I agree with that.
He's gonna eat a Cinnabon in the airport and yak it all over Bueller's lap.
Coffee, comics, and puke.
Hey Carson,
He's gonna.
oh,
I'm like a little kid.
dogs
are shoving. I was waiting.
Too soon.
And are so you're collecting, or what are you looking for as your holy grail for next year?
Not really much of anything. I'm just looking forward to hanging out with people pretty much. I'm not looking for anything huge.
You're looking to get you gonna take part in some of that bubbly down there?
A bit of the bubbly.
Well, probably a little bit, yeah.
And there's a spearmint rhino down there, so
Here we go, Chad. Here we go. Weird Western Tales, Volume 1, issue 17 through 21. 5 Jonah Hex issues. And then I probably have to go back and get some Scalp Hunters, later down the line. But Jonah Hex, man, 5 more issues. Weird Western Tales, Volume 1.
Hey, Carson, it's at 122.22. Mark, do you want to close it out?
Yeah, let's get the gimmick guy
There's
up.
Sting.
So I think let me check the rafters here.
Close it out, Ben.
Oh my God, he's dropping down. It's we
Oh
gotta
my
go.
God.
It's Sting. Kat, have you heard of Sting?
All right.
The Crow
All
Sting.
right, everyone, please give us a like if you like this video. Comment below and tell us whether or not you are super excited about what's going on
You should
next
drink
week.
of that before you spell it.
What's next week?
Next week, who knows? New
It's
new
December.
comic book Wednesday. It is going to be December, aka the month of
Raking the leaves out of the yard.
the month of snow, aka the month of we don't say that word here in Indiana because like I'm sure Carson knows, snow is a cuss word here in Indiana, and who knows what kind of weather we're gonna actually end up with.
Anyway,
But
back to closing out the video.
closing out the video 100%. Please do give us a like if you like this video. Comment below and tell us if you're watching us on the rewind. Hashtag Comic Corp Smash if you want to earn a free Hulk figure here on the
That's huge.
Comic Core. Also, please do
That's what he said.
subscribe to that channel for more comic book goodness, or check us out on Instagram here on the Comic Core.
Sam.
Comic Core Instagram, Comic Core, Cat Run Figures, Seek
Drew keeps speaking that. That
Carson.
sounds like my inner thoughts.
Carson19 or R Dowdy.
I'll take it.
Who the fuck is
I'm
that?
sorry.
No,
I'm sorry,
hold
guys.
on.
I'm so
I'm the-
bad.
I'm the
Second I
great
saw the Hulk.
This is my kayfabe
Sorry,
name.
I
Don't
give
feed
up.
my kayfabe name.
Wasn't
I
still in the
was-
rafters? What happened?
There ain't
Sam.
no Robert Dowdy here. That
Let
fucker ain't
let
here.
let Sam give out a shout out.
Fucking beanie back on. I'm the great legend. I'm live.
Go ahead, Sam.
Say hi to all of my my peeps, and I want to say I'm always looking forward to new comic book day, and it's going to be an awesome year coming up. So I hope everybody has a great time.
Wow, well
It's gonna
that's
be a
awesome.
good year.
Thank you, Sam. I will end us real quick because I got to tell. Big announcement next week. We're doing something with Chuckload of Comics and 2 different spots, and I just got to we got to take a vote, and yeah, we got a bunch of shit coming. And that dude from Grand Design, Tom
Scully.
he said he would be on our show sometime here in the near future, so he'll be joining us.
I got to read that book.
I've got to read something that he's done. So. Carson,
I'm going to ask him about Mulder.
and I'm just happy to see Carson and Drew and Kat. I didn't think I'd see these guys this week.
Yeah, what am I?
I took him.
You stopped talking to me on Wednesday, Tuesday. You're like, I'm not going to talk to you till Friday.
I
But
had to take the week off.
I've been all by myself, Kat. Carson's been working.
I've been just like sending you guys messages to see who wants to not play video games with me. It's been fun.
Oh man, my kids
I've been
been
looking
hogging
at
the
Flower
systems.
Engine.
I did get to play some Red Dead Redemption today, but they're on the systems again.
Should we just
Hey, I
pull
tell
the
you what,
plug
guys,
on
I'm
this thing?
dropping reviews.